Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ECAC Fall 2025 Overwatch Playday number 1. I'm Louie, as you have heard over the last 2 days. So, hello, good to be back, everybody. Today we're going to be having some Overwatch lineups. We do have the teams of UKY Blue, which is University of Kentucky, for those who do know. And we also have St. Clair College going up against each other. So, teams are just about ready to get underway. I'm predicting some pretty fun matches this time around. I believe our first map is going to be Nepal, as per usual. Everybody loves Nepal. Currently, they are going to go through the hero bands right now, and then we will go into the action as quick as possible. But other than that, yeah, this is a best of 5. I believe this should be on the format of best of 5. So first to 3 maps is going to be the winner of the day. And overall, yeah, I am just extremely excited. Fortunately, I do not have a co-caster, but in the background, unfortunately, she won't be able to respond. But in the background, the so-called camera person, Beldia, is in the background. She's always lovely. She's saying hi to all. And I'm just hoping for some good play. So far, we do have a Reaper ban on this side of St. Clair. Then we're going to have a Hammond ban coming in from UKY. Yes, UKY. We'll have 2 more bands, and then we should be able to get to the fun nitty-gritty of it all. We might be able... Oh, wait. Just 2 bands? Oh, I guess we're ready. All right, everyone. Here we go! Map number 1, Nepal. We're playing the middle point. Control. I know the modes. I play Overwatch. I totally just don't play Overwatch Stadium. But we're here now as we go to the hero select screen. I am predicting some fun tanks, hopefully. Maybe we'll see a Winston. Maybe we'll see just some default stuff. We'll see that Ryan come on out. We might even see a Sigma. We might see a Diva. We'll see what ends up. Over on the side of St. Clair, however, we have a Havoc. We're also going to have that Sojourn, Kiriko, and Lucio join the side. On the other side, we're actually seeing a Pig come in for UKY. We're going to be seeing... Oh, never mind. They have swapped to the Junker Queen. I am Joker Queen's biggest supporter, so I'm very interested to see what we'll have. I love the aggressive abilities of Joker Queen. We're also going to have the Kiriko and Lucio mirror on the side, but however, on the DPS half of things, we have a Tracer Genji. 2 very fast, 2 high skill ceiling DPS, so I'm interested. First blood is going to go to the way of Kentucky in the tank off right there. You're going to see Wilson follow up with another kill on to Injustice. And then he's just going to keep on going as he collects 2. A second for the Junker Queen. And just like that, UKY are going to get the first point with not too much resistance. Wilson going in on the tear right now. Even Labyrinth's going to join the fray just a bit. You're seeing the aggression from Heli pick up quite a lot. Aesthetic is trying to match said aggression to try and push back as much as possible. Then with the team. They've got a nice upper hold right now. It is a position to get some early pick. The Kiriko very low, trying to confirm right now. Even has the Tracer at full health. It puts up enough aggression just to push them back. Mo, though, is taking out Wilson, so that's going to be a little bit of a hit to the defense of UKY. Ellie, though, answering right back with a pick on the Injustice. Now it's a battle in the middle right now. Tank off, going through. It's a lot of damage being incurred by Mo. King does get stuck, but he's able to get the kill anyway, and Labyrinth and Heli following up. It's going to be another team fight victory for UKY. 60th percentile now. They're nearly there. A little bit of disapproval from King right there. Get another fight. Kevin trying to get an early pick right now, and Wilson with a wonderful Genji dash to get a massive pick right there. Sojourn just so debilitating when positioned correctly. Absolute excellent shutdown for UKY. And now Mo, utilizing the Havoc, has to back up. He's getting healed as much as he can, but a lot of damage being incurred. We're going to see the ults come on through. The Kitsune Rush is able to provide so much utility, and Heli and Wilson are going to capitalize tremendously off of it. You are seeing the counter rush from Love Note, who has fallen, unfortunately. And now the rest of St. Clair are in a tough spot, as it's all up to the Tracer, who can't get it done. 10-player kill streak for Heli right now, and this should be secure for UKY as round 1 goes their way. Absolute picture-perfect Overwatch from UKY right there. You had good rotations when the pressure came on the ult rotation as well. They didn't have to dump as many ults as they needed. They were able to just space it out calmly and pick up the win. Now, we actually might switch to that Roadhog that we saw earlier. Moved on to the next map. We're also going to see a Torbjorn join the ranks. Hopping back to that Tracer will be Heli and the healers. Anyway, we're fighting back into the middle. This Havoc has been creating good enough space, but just hasn't been able to get the support that's needed from the damage to get the picks. However, you are seeing a lot of damage being distributed right there, and Love Note is ended up going to pick up the last bit of damage required. Heli, though, answering back right away, and Kevin nearly getting a pick right there, but able to be oh so slippery is the Tracer of Heli. Just a couple back and forth, and UKY are able to put enough aggression to back them up. Still not too many kills have gone the way, but as I say that, Aesthetic Sock and Mo are going to pick up 2 kills. Might be able to swing the pendulum in their favor as Aesthetic puts much more damage in. So needs to be extremely careful not to get hooked. Sees that the hook has been used, but there is a little poke damage that she's able to pick up right there. Meanwhile, headed back towards the center. St. Clair, who have a very nice hold on these lion stairs right now. Kevin with great damage right there, utilizing the rail cannon as much as possible. Needs to be careful with the stun, and it's a huge hook that might sway it in their favor. The 2 kills, almost getting a third. Another hook, that's 3 for King. Aesthetic Sock trying to answer back as quickly as possible. But King is just showing his dominance. We now have a one-on-one Tracer fight. It's getting close right now. The TP's going back and forth. Aesthetic needs to be careful because now they got the Torb and Labyrinth. Fire from Labyrinth. UKY will reclaim it and stop St. Clair at the 37th. Now trying to regroup. They have the point, they have the positioning. Their ults are almost online. That Kitsune Rush being also important in the last round. You are going to see it displayed right now. It, however, isn't providing the most utility as 2 players have fallen. However, it's going right back as King, Heli, and Nurik are able to fight it on back, and Heli wants more. Very risky scenario right here. Is able to teleport back in time. I'm just going to fire up a couple more warning shots and deterring them as much as possible. We're entering in the 65th percentile for UKY, and they have a strong lead, but now we have a counter Kitsune Rush, and the Molten Core is going to be able to slow things down and keep it interesting, as now St. Clair needs to be wary of the fire that is on the ground. A huge hook by King right there to take out Kevin. Aesthetic getting rid of some utility in the form of the Torbjorn turret, but Labyrinth is doing a great job at being slippery enough. King following it up with another kill and a love note. Mo answering in the other way, and now the sound barrier has been broken by Injustice. It might give it back to St. Clair, and that's exactly what's gonna go on. Wilson, though, is able to get a kill in the form of the turret. Aesthetic trying to fight it on back right now. Pre-firing the ultimate bomb is not going to connect, but it will finally connect with one final goodbye of a punch. They stop UKY at the 78th, but it's looking grim as Mo is trying to hold it down for as much as possible. They're looking into tie position, potentially might walk away with it. There's now a lot of more commotion between the two tanks as Wilson over on the side is able to take out Injustice. Heli very close right there. Will finally end up collapsing onto the kill. He's going for the Kiriko now, who needs to be very careful. He's able to teleport for a little bit extra survivability, but it's a Kiriko off, and UKY will prevail as they will stop St. Clair at the 93rd percentile. Now this is going to come down to one final team point. Needs to be careful there. Having some long-range shots by the Fae of Kevin. Now UKY looking dominant. They have this so far. Mo charging on in to try and pick up some free space, some free damage. But now it's the Roadhog of King who is denying so much spacing. And it's just putting damage after damage. But what's this Love Note is able to provide? Just enough utility to push them on back using the Kitsune Rush, a counter sound barrier to try and keep them alive right here. You're seeing the Molten Core utilized, and you're seeing the whole hog come into play. It's both teams stuck at the 99th. It's going to be a close one. Huge hook right there by King as Heli follows up with a kill of their own along with Nurik. And it's a team kill for UKY to give them map number 1. Absolute huge display of teamwork from UKY, and King absolutely deserves it. He'll be your play of the game holder. Huge hooks all throughout, great spacing, great usage of the shotgun's range, and was able to just take so much space and take so... So that'll do it for map number 1. We're going to send it over to a small break as we get our maps and hero bands in order, and we'll be right back here with map number 2. Stay tuned, everyone. And we're back. Map number 2 over here on Blizzard World. Playing some Push. Now, yes, Push. No. Push? Probably called Push. One of those names. You gotta push it. You gotta capture a point and then push your card. You guys know what I'm talking about. Setting up for map number 2, the 2 bans that we have received is there will be no Sojourn and there will be no Zarya available for play during this map. Currently, you're going to have St. Clair getting ready to attack, and you're going to have UKY up for defense. Bit of a hero change here. Support still the same. You are going to see a Cassidy come in for UKY. That Tracer is staying, and you're seeing King swap over to a Havoc pick. The Havoc will stay on the side of Mo. Kevin swapping over to that Faye, keeping it going. An aesthetic, we don't know just yet, as mostly the Symmetra is just for that early teleport. Might be a Tracer, might be a Genji, we'll see. But here we go, underway. As we swap on, yep, the Tracer. I knew it. Setting up on this top rafters positioning will be UKY as a pick. Already goes into the favor of St. Clair. That's a huge pick by Kevin right there. Gonna continue to move on in as they pick up another one onto both the support and the tank of UKY. Kevin a little low, and wow, what a dunk from Heli right there. Aesthetic answering back very quickly though with a pick on their Labyrinth, and just like that, St. Clair are going to take this first point with no issue at all. A couple of shots being poured on out. They want to keep this aggression, guys. You do need the point. That is the important part, and they'll get it. Payload is now open for business. We'll ahead 5.5 minutes to get through the first checkpoint. See how far we can get. Big use of utility from both the Havocs right here. Getting back up. King will end up falling to Bass as Heli collects a kill onto Kevin. Big pick right there. It's another Tracer battle to see what happens. A little bit of poking, a little bit of damage, and now it's the Havoc who wants to join the fight on in. No. He's able to apply the pressure, but ultimately just opts in for some damage and pushes on back. Doesn't want to risk his life either, but just wants to apply enough to keep UKY at bay. Very low health for Heli. Not sure how they survived for that much time. Now Mo is in here, and King is on very low health. He's able to pick it up, and an ultimate from Kevin is able to claim 2 lives of UKY. He's looking for more, but Nitro finds 2 for himself. Now it's a bit of a back and forth as Kevin is spotted over by Nitro. A couple of shots will ring out, an aesthetic playing peekaboo around the payload right now. Getting as much progress as possible, but now King is able to return back. Big jump right there. Does collect some damage, and now it's a tank off once again. Does have to opt to back off as their supports do need to play nearby for them to be effective. As they move on in, and that's a big jump from King right there to collect Love Note. With a little bit of support from Heli, they're able to back off aesthetic as much as possible. And now UKY are in a good spot to deny any sort of progress from St. Clair right now. King is at a nice spot here to just provide some damage overall. Be a headache for St. Clair as they attempt to advance. We're on the tops right now. King continuing the aggression. Once again, these tank offs are very important to see just which team will break first. Nitro and Curse quite a little bit of damage there. Now King pushing on in once again. Kitsune rushes from both, from UKY. Still in the pocket is for St. Clair. Definitely in trouble right now as Kevin does collect 1 as Heli and Nitro collect for themselves. And they're halted once again. Heli picking up aesthetic rock. Hope they can hide. They cannot. Now, it's good defense so far by UKY, but 3 ults are in the pocket. 2 support ults too, with all that. And that ult has returned from Kevin. They win it out. The pulse bomb is almost ready, and now on the side of UKY, they also have 4 ults prepared, especially that high noon. Potential pause right now might have come in for a little bit of a tech issue. Peripheral issue. We do have a player with dead headphones. Having no audio can be annoying. I am victim to it quite often. You're playing, you get all turned up, and all of a sudden, headset stops working. I hate this moment. I'm sure they have a charger nearby or a secondary, and we should be back in a couple seconds here. But just a little analytical work. I do love what I'm seeing from both these teams right now. UKY are able to apply just enough pressure to halt St. Clair as much as possible. I am liking the movement from King. He's able to get in and out of the fights that he commands for himself. And he's applying good pressure and damage to confirm these kills off of the assistance of either Heli or Nitro, who are able to collect the kills and ultimately are keeping St. Clair back as much as possible. The healing game has also been pretty stellar from both teams as well. Labyrinth doesn't play too aggressive, but plays just enough to where that they are still useful, they're still effective, they're still able to provide utility in the sense of the cleansing grenades. For St. Clair, they had a really nice start getting that early lead, and then all of a sudden they've been stopped here by St. Clair. Hopefully, we see these ultimates on standby, so they could be the difference maker in these next team fights. But we're going to have to see how it plays out. I believe he's found a fix for the headset. We should be back in it. Here we go. Now, where were we? Yes, King was getting in there. Heli collects 2 with a post bomb, though. That's absolutely huge. Nitro also picking up 1, and it's up to Aesthetic, who fires off their pulse bomb, but doesn't collect much right there. Nitro is just holding off, and Heli's able to finish off Aesthetic, as yet another advance is halted by UKY. And now this duo of both Heli and King will apply so much damage, so much pushback. Clair's just pushing for time, getting ready to advance. However, overextending is Heli. This gets taken out by Mo right there. So that could be the difference maker right there. You have lost 1 DPS. This could be the pick that you needed. Nearly hits King on the swing right there. High Noon does delay the advance just a little bit, but no confirmed kills. We're just seeing a little bit of spam back and forth. The Kitsune Rush and the sound barrier are popped. They're really going all in. Counter sound barrier is rocked, and now on standby is the pulse bomb and the counter Kitsune Rush if necessary. Kevin going into a little bit of a difficult fight over here with Heli, and King is going to be able to kick up fast as Heli finally finding the mark onto Kevin. And now just more poke damage as Aesthetic also getting a pick onto Turnkip. Excuse me. Heli and King also providing as much damage as possible, as they will halt the advance once again, even despite the 2 support ults. St. Clair haven't been able to get much ground, and now they only have a little over 60 seconds to go to try and get this first point. Tumbling down as Nitro picking up Aesthetic once again. He's just not having a good time so far. Nitro for 2. Over the assistance of his teammate, almost getting a 3rd right there, but is able to back up in time. Stick him to the chat. But King is able to put even more pressure, and St. Clair are just out of options completely right now. I was trying to find some sort of an answer, but it's just not gonna get it. King is keeping all of this space in control of UKY, and they're unable to advance at all. And the Kitsune Rush just might put this round to bed, as King will get rooted right now, but I don't believe it's going to be enough. But the heals are still being influential. King finally taking out Mo and picking it up. Kevin has snuck into the back And he's able to get 2. Love Note assisting as well. But the cart is of most importance. And now as we enter overtime, with a little bit of a sneak play from Aesthetic, we're going to have to see how they answer. Returning back for what could be one final team fight here. Aesthetic playing Ring Around the Rosie, trying to delay as much time as possible. They've gotten off the cart, though, and nobody was able to secure time. Aesthetic were trying for as much as possible. Fortunately, that is going to do it for the advance of St. Clair. Now we'll switch sides, and it'll be UK's Y's turn to get as far as possible. Here we go. A couple of different heroes this time around. We're seeing a Widowmaker from Nitro right now to kick things off in the beginning. Labyrinth having some smooth moves. However, I don't think running into the wall is part of the trick. The hidden tech, potentially. This could be game-winning strategies we're seeing right here, ladies and gentlemen. On the other side of things will remain the same in terms of hero composition.
And I'm not keen on wasting either.
Kevin has been doing well so far, utilizing the Freya. So, don't knock it till you try it, I guess. Or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But here we go. UKY getting ready for the advance. Big repel trick right there. Nearly making its mark right there. He's able to cover so much ground, utilizing the Widowmaker sniper. Now King moving on in, denying so much space for St. Clair. Gets a nice little pick. Kevin gets the pick of the trunket. This here Lucio Cone, so it's definitely going to slow some things down, as Nitro is also going to be eliminated by Kevin. 2 really nice picks right there. Almost getting a third right there. Bomb is placed, and Kelly's currently trapped over on the side right now. Meanwhile, King trying to find some common footing so his team could advance. A little bit of a regroup after the initial team fight. We are going to see a little bit of a reset. Kevin's going to fall back. Love is also going to fall back. He's skeptical of Heli, who does land a bomb on Nitro, though. Elsewhere, getting a pick onto Bath. Aesthetic answering back. Trunket does get a nice boot kill. And Nitro going big for 2 on the board. Swap back to that Cassidy. Going to keep on advancing. And this should give UKY the capture that they need. Kevin backs up to try and find some healing. What's this? You have Bass, who did delay ever so slightly, but eventually had to concede. And UKY have now unlocked their payload. As they move on in, though, King in this high ground position once again. He might get the Freya right there. That's a lot of damage that's being incurred. Kevin finally going down, not taking 1 though. Heli goes big. King also joining the kill board. Kill feed, excuse me. He's just going to keep this pressure going as Bass is very low on HP. He's able to get the slice to remove the life of Bass, and it's going to be rather quick right here, potentially, as UKY don't seem to be putting any brakes on the train. Ellie looking for a bit of a flank play to create even more options for UKY. Aesthetic does catch them off right there. They will try to hold them as much as possible. The pulse bomb is in the pocket for Aesthetic, so they could go for support or the DPS play right here. Kevin, though, swapping off of the Freya. It ends up working out as he will take out King, and he'll also get a pick on the Nitro as well. Looking for more kills. Labyrinth is going to shut him down, as Heli also joining the fray, gets a kill on a Love Note. That's up to Bass. Try and slow things down as he's being slippery as possible. Can't make it happen. Can't get to the cart. And UKY with a pretty dominant fashion will pick up map number 2 and bring the scoreline to 2-0. Trunkip is going to be your play of the game holder. They're providing some pretty stellar heals early on, and the amount of space that they took. The sound barrier definitely coming in clutch for a lot of those plays. Binding aesthetic, just overall great mechanics. Okay, there. That's map number 2 going in their favor. We're going to go to our map and hero selections for what could potentially be the last time. And we'll see you back here in a couple of moments. We're back with map number 3. We're gonna go all the head to excuse me. We're going all the way to Route 66 now for what could potentially be our final match of the night, as UKY have gone through its stellar map 1 and map 2. St. Clair definitely going to have to pick it on up here. They want to keep this match playing out. We'll see what happens. Now, we have a little... No, we don't have a switch. UKY are over on the defense, as St. Clair will begin their attack. In terms of bans, we saw a Freya ban, and we also saw a... I believe it was...
We should begin.
We had one other ban. Wu Yang is also as well. So they will not be seen. Wu Yang, though, I have heard has quite a bit of utility on this map, especially with the potential booping that can be accomplished. So we're just going to have to rely on the good old Lucio, but hello, says Helly. And Love Note is already taken out by the sniper of Widowmaker. And now Wilson, over with some Reaper action, getting involved just a little bit here, making this corner pretty devastating right now. He's putting really nice damage right there. Backs on up. Aesthetic taking the poke shots. They've been doing a pretty good job spacing-wise, utilizing this Tracer. Oh, and that's another pick going for UKY. King absolutely in there, utilizing the Zarya. Lots of charge being given up right now. 65% charge. That's going to start hurting very quickly if St. Clair is not careful. And Wilson just putting so much more pushback and pressure that St. Clair have hardly any options right now. Injustice is moving back on in, gets a nice little group to try and give them some sort of map spacing. As Wilson immediately takes it away in the form of the Wraith. Back and forth now. Mo can't make it happen as King just has so much charge right now. Pushes St. Clair all the way back towards the corner. Can pick up Love Note right now, but it's only just a stall. Nearly getting it, and yes, he will. Love Note is taken on out. Now, time's definitely a wasting if you're St. Clair right now. Big Zarya boost, gonna give him prime positioning right now as the Genji of Bast. Definitely in a tough spot right now. Helly's still able to make this Widowmaker work in terms of shutting down lines of sight. The alleyways are just not capable now. Finally, Wilson is taken out by Love Note, and things might start heading the way for the Saints, but no, it won't happen as 4-5 kills go in UKY's favor, and that's a huge team kill. Only a minute and a half left for the Saints. Oh, it just walks right into it. The smoke support's gone. I hate to see it. Even more damage being dished on out, waiting for the deflect to end. He knows where the Genji is. He has the ultimate on standby. Now that's your information on Helly's screen. He's able to provide a little bit of info and keep shutting down these lanes as Wilson gets a kill utilizing the Death Blossom. The second one then are after, and it collapsed onto what could be another team kill. Bast almost getting away, but Helly shuts the door, and that's back-to-back team kills for UKY, and he keeps on going! The train won't stop! Helly keeps putting him down. Injustice falls once again. He's looking for more. He wants Love Note. He's out for blood, and so is Mo as he pushes on in. Trying to support as much as possible. He has King in a rather tricky situation, but the sound barrier is going to keep him alive. And now both sound barriers going on off. You also have the Kitsune Rush coming in from the Saints. It's slowing things down. Mo getting a pick on the King. That's the tank gone. But they're more than capable of shutting this down as Wilson gets a pick on the Love Note. Now it's headed back and forth as Nura claims Mo's life. And now holding it down, trying to get a cheeky little snipe here is Helly, who isn't exactly able to make it work. But now they're pinned. Heading into overtime now. The cart so desperately trying to regain control right now. As Love Note, who's trying to hold on. It can't happen though. Both Love Note and Injustice will fall. And that's a huge stop by UKY. Only 40 meters gained. My goodness. What a display we just witnessed, especially in the form of Helly's snipes. Just held them at bay. The rest of UKY collapsing on and not giving any sort of quarter. Now the roles will switch, and we'll see if the Saints have what it takes to stop them just the same way. Or will we send this map 3 to a close, and this play day will go to the favor of the Saints. Seeing a couple of switches right now. We have a Life Weaver, we have a Pharah, we have a Iari, have a... Why am I forgetting Doomfist? Doomfist is iconic. Why am I...
There's something on your mind.
But we do have quite the interesting lineup of two. It's kind of unorthodox for competitive play. So switching it up on the Saints side, we are going to see the Reaper come on out, and we're also going to see that Zarya being mirrored. Helly still keeping this Widowmaker. Going on in is the Pharah of Wilson. Get some good damage right there. Get some good map control as well. Needs to be wary of the Kuna or Shuriken fast. And King already collecting some heads as he gets a pick onto Love Note. Wilson also joining on in. Even Nurik was... Oh, it's close. It's not close. What am I saying? UKY take it with no hesitation, with no further stoppage. And it'll be a 3-0 going to the way of Kentucky. What a match we saw. Play of the game will go to King. They had quite the stoppage over on round number 8. This great old, just so much charge being handed over with really no counter. And they were just able to run free with it. That's going to do it for tonight's UKY 3-0 victory over the St. Clair Saints. Just an absolute stomping. Great showing from them. The St. Clair Saints, they did put up a good fight. It was a valiant effort. We saw some pretty good strategies from them. We saw that they are definitely capable. But the Saints just ended up. That'll do it for us here tonight over on the ECAC stream. We do have one more stream this week, tomorrow. That will be your League of Legends matches for those who are interested or just want to follow. But that'll do it for me here once again. Reminder, in the lovely background has been Beldia, your observer. I've been Louis. This will do it for us. You have a good night.